We closed out last year, 2017, on a very high note. Now we have over 135 customers worldwide that have deployed the Nuage platform for their various needs in digital transformation. As we see enterprises embark on digital transformation, and as the need for cloud services grows tremendously, what we are seeing is that the network is at the heart of this digital transformation. It is the network that is inextricably linked to this transformation. Enterprises want to not only have secure and very quick connectivity from within their branches to other branches, but also to the public cloud, to the SaaS cloud, to their own applications in their own private data center. The initial sort of deployments of SD-WAN were much more focused on just connectivity. Connectivity, but in a far more agile way. Connectivity not only over private IP, but also stretched over the internet. What we are seeing, and which is where our success has been, is service providers wanting to transform their portfolio from IP/MPLS to offering SD-WAN as a managed service. It's immensely important for that microsegment to stretch all the way to the branch side so that the enterprises can say, HR only talks to the HR applications, finance talks to only finance applications. That kind of microsegmentation is only unique to Nuage in the industry. It's interesting, enterprises are moving workloads more and more to public cloud, and one of the key requirements for them, which we have solved, is the ability to treat a virtual private cloud, for example in AWS, as a branch. So we front end that VPC with our NSG, Network Services Gateway, a virtualized form factor that allows for that particular VPC to look like any other branch. So again, going back to the unified security and control of the VPN is what we provide. But in addition to that, what enterprises care about is to ensure that the intra-VPC communication is also secure. Our capability installed in their virtual workloads within the VPC, we use our policy engine and our key server technology to encrypt the workloads, encrypt the intra-VPC communication, but then also provide, in addition, the visibility, the analytics, so that we provide that actionable insight even within the public cloud. One of the issues that enterprises are facing is, while they want to avail the public cloud and they're moving workloads to the public cloud, what they have realized is two things. One, that they have to refactor their workload to work in a public cloud. Second, they have to, from a networking perspective, deal with a lot of networking APIs that AWS, for example, provides for first to just deploy the workload and have the networking for that workload enabled in AWS in their VPC, but then to have the back-end availability zones to be connected for redundancy's sake. Again, a lot of API work that needs to be done, which at the end of the day locks the enterprises in, and it is literally impossible for the enterprises then to take that workload and have it work in Azure. The approach that we've taken is to democratize that, and the way we do that is allow for our Network Services Gateway, which is a virtualized entity, to front end that VPC. Once you do that, we use our networking constructs for all the other branches that we use and make that VPC look like any other branch. And by doing that, we take care of all the networking needs for VPCs within the availability zone and across the availability zones. So that reduces the friction and allows the enterprises to very easily and seamlessly move that workload from AWS to tomorrow Azure and have the policies according to the networking and security needs be carried with that workload. Enterprises are looking for not only a disaggregated solution that is highly automated and allows them to connect any branch site together and allow them to then avail public cloud or SaaS or private cloud, but what they want is they want the ability to use multiple underlays, as in not only have a connection into their existing IP/MPLS connection, but then also be able to use multiple ISPs, as well as have a LTE uplink. What we are doing at Nuage is we have, first and foremost, x86 open platform that allows for enterprises to use multiple underlays, as well as LTE uplink, which is embedded in the form factor that we provide, as well as Wi-Fi, that's also embedded functionality. But then in addition, what becomes very interesting is the deep networking we bring to bear on the solution. And why is that important? Deep networking capability is important because when you have multiple underlays and when we have to stitch those together, there might be a branch that's connected to ISP1. There might be another branch that's connected to ISP2, as well as to the MPLS. If there's a failure scenario, you can easily orphan some of the branches. What we have is something called a UBR. It's also a software module that allows to bridge between the multiple underlays. And this underlay border router personality that we provide is the one that makes sure that the connectivity is seamless across all the underlays. And it preserves the SLA and consistent experience end-to-end, regardless of the underlay. There's certainly a lot of hype in the industry on SD-WAN. The noise to signal ratio is very, very high. And it's hard for the enterprises to cut through that and really understand the value that they are requiring of that SD-WAN solution. We look at it in terms of solving enterprises' connectivity issues of the branches, wherever they might be, solving their multi-cloud strategy, solving their value-added services strategy, solving and giving them true security end-to-end, and the ability to have unified networking and security is the biggest differentiation that we bring to the enterprises. Open anything, openness, open source, it's ultimately about flexibility and choice. That's the bottom line for enterprises. What they want is a solution that first provides real value for their problems that they're having, and then secondly, it's best of breed that allows them to pick the best of breed that is working not only in greenfield but also on the brownfield, because they have a lot of existing deployments, that the solution provides open APIs, allows for customization, and allows them to build a solution, again, that's to their needs. And what we are engaged in and what we have developed with our solution, Virtualized Services Platform, is the ability for enterprises, first and foremost, to know that it's a completely open, standards-based solution. There is no proprietary protocols that are being used. And we participate in all standards bodies to ensure that we are always leading the charge when it comes to providing customers value for the pain points that they have, especially as it relates to the digital transformation and how networking plays a big role. We need to continue to do that, and we'll always continue to do this. When we engage with the customers in their digital transformation, it's not a transaction, it's a partnership. And where that comes in is not only to provide them the best technology that is stable, that's scalable, that's open, but being able to provide them all the other things that are also critically important. For example, we offer them a self-service portal for our service provider partners, a build, operate, transfer type of service, which is a white label service that we operate on their behalf and then ultimately transition to them. We also provide training services. We have certification available for both our data center portfolio as well as our software-defined WAN portfolio. Additionally, we have security services that we provide for the enterprises for both of those solutions, and then services that's wrapped around all those three things, and 24/7 support throughout the globe. So those are all the things that make it into a real partnership and a real complete offer, which is what enterprises care about.